Hello everyone, welcome to the January vlog of 2025, a new set of vlogs for the year, and you do hear purring, but it's not a cat. It is, if we can find it, there it is. Come here, there we go. This is our new Dot. It is an alien creature from the planet Dot, I'd imagine, and as you can see, we can just stick it, him, she, on the shelf there. And if we can hide. We can hide from it round the corner. Because of course you can. Yeah. This of course is a VR experience, which you can do whenever you like. So an experience is something you only do once, but obviously this is I'm definitely going to do more than once. Because this is just incredible. This is unprecedentedly good. Really, really good. This Dot creature knows my room. It is floating in front of me as if it's physically here. It reminds me a bit like Mew, the Pokemon, like on there, but you know, not pink. So we can throw it at the wall, and it won't go through the wall or anything. Don't worry, we're not harming it. We can pick it up like this and mostly go like that. It will know where where things are in the room. So under there, let's tell it to go on the there we go. Nope. Okay, good. So you stay there, okay? We can give it food. Close enough. Oh. Are you not excreting, are you? No. Okay, so in an effort to try and include more VR content into the vlog, here we are in Lego Brick Tales. Obviously, I'm a massive fan of Lego. I have collected all the time. All the time? You know what I mean. And so this game actually really attracted my attention. Hopefully my fan isn't making too much noise. With that giant monitor there, it can make this room rather warm, so that's why that fan's on. But anyway, as you can see here, we have our little minifigure character right here, who is independently moving. So to me, in the VR world, that kind of looks like actual Lego moving around. And very, very freaky, to be fair. It's a little bit scary. That horrible looking bridge I built there. Oops, he's stuck on the... There we go. You can't actually intentionally jump off. But I can actually move this around. And we can look closely at different aspects of this build to find secrets. So there's a treasure chest there. There's a treasure chest also here. It feels like I'm moving around the set. Like I'm showing you, the set. So yeah, if you have a Quest or whatever VR headset this is capable of being played on, I would definitely suggest it if you're a fan of Lego. And for anyone who did notice, yes, I do have another pair of Grinch slippers. These actually are in the shape of his feet. As you can see, they curl up at the top. Through use, they will get a little bit dirty, but of course, you can clean them. I think you have to hand wash them. But they are the most comfortable slippers ever. So even though they're Christmas themed, definitely going to just keep wearing them because they are just really comfortable. I think it's fair to say that she's obsessed with Bluey. So is everyone else, apparently. Press the buttons. Press the button. I have managed to buy a new strap for my Quest. And this one is much more comfortable. It is a Halo strap. I can't remember the company that makes it. It isn't Kiwi, like my other one was, because I just thought I'd go with something a bit different this time. I know Kiwi do an actual halo strap, but this one meets my needs with this being adjustable back and forth, which is just everything. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I actually was surfing on the web with this on. Then I went and played Assassin's Creed Nexus for like an hour or two. And then I went back to browsing again, all on one charge, surprisingly, while never taking the headset off. If I was wearing the other strap, I would have taken it off after an hour because it was just so much pressure on your face. But now, all I have to worry about is sweating a bit. So yeah, pretty good. And all this is removable as well, so you can clean it, which is really, really good. Just about to try PC VR down here, but I thought I'd just mention on the vlog very quickly that I'm trying a Wonka can. Usually they make chocolate, but this time apparently they have a sparkling toffee apple drink. So let's give it a try. Okay, so open. Let's just, okay, it kind of smells like toffee and apple. It's weird. Usually these things don't taste anything like what they were supposed to be. Let's give it a bit of a try here. Okay, definitely toffee apple. Definitely tastes like a toffee apple. Strange how these candy cans can perfectly replicate what they're supposed to be. I must have had too much doubt in my mind. Yeah, brilliant. If you see these in the wild and they're available to you, give it a try. Okay, so this part of the vlog I have been waiting for a bit of a time. I wish I had a wide-angle lens because you can see just about my hands here. If I just move back the camera back. There we go. Last vlog, also I have hurt my thumb. It is healing. It's taken a while to heal, so this might be on my thumb for a while. But anyway, in the last vlog, I said that I was subscribing to a Partworks, my first Partworks ever. Well, this is why we're in a room we don't usually come into in my vlogs. This is my dining room. It's a bit blank. We're still decorating it, but it's finally arrived, and we have now the first 2 issues of the Dalek Partwork. And the first thing that they give me, because I'm a subscriber of it online, hopefully it won't go in and out of focus like that, is I got this really cool keyring, which is actually a lot better in person than it is on the page or on the website. And I'll definitely be putting that on my house keys, probably to identify which one is the front door. Anyway, let's get on with the first issue, and this won't take up too much time in the vlog, but it will be a mainstay for the next 2.5 years. This, if I can get it in shot, is the first issue. I won't go through the magazine because I think that you should, as a fan or something, you should definitely check out the magazine and read that yourself. All right, so to start off with, they do give you the very, very beautifully printed magazine, of course, which I have had a flick through. Very well printed. A lot of interesting stuff about the Daleks and so on, which I'm going to sit and read individually. There's a little peek there. This is the actual Dalek that you're building from the episode The Dalek, with Rose Tyler and everything when she touches it, and it goes extrapolating data, some material reconstruction, whatever. And here we are. This is the important part for this video, is we're starting the build. This is going to be a 2.5 year progress. So this is the first video or first vlog which features this, and it's going to be very strange when we finish it, but here we are right now at the start of this build, and this is what we're starting with, the eye of the Dalek, the literal eye. So there we go, we'll put that there, and also it comes with this informational leaflet book thing, which opens up to tell you everything that the Dalek is going to be able to do once you're finished with it. As you can see, it opens up. It looks absolutely stunning, especially around the sort of skirt area of the Dalek. And also, the eye sort of does this, which we might see in this video. And if I open it up, it's actually a full-size poster, which is 100% going on the wall inside my office or studio. It's technically a studio because I record videos in there and so on. Even though I'm doing this one in my dining room, which is going to be basically this place I do this in every vlog. So yeah, let's go ahead and start building the eye stalk, or the eye anyway. Okay, so this is the first part of it. As we can see here, this is the eye. It's actually quite big. I can't wait to see what it looks like complete. Strange because the parts are that way up. And then if you turn it around, that's that way up. So is that the proper way up? It must be, right? Anyway, so Doctor Who symbol on the back because it's officially licensed by the BBC. And it has wiring and a nut, some circuit board there, and the actual, you know, eye itself. So let's see if we can get this out of here. Looks like we're going to need a knife or something. Okay, so this is the parts out of the box, and I'm going to try and be less formal in this video because I have an informal style in my vlog, but I don't know, for some reason this is making me feel a bit formal. But anyway, you can't really see all of the parts here because of this lens being not very wide angle, but this is the sort of quality I can expect from the rest of the Dalek, and I'm actually really surprised about how good the quality is. So parts of it are plastic and parts of it are metal, die-cast metal. I'm assured that quite a bit of it is die-cast metal, so it'd be nice to touch the Dalek when it's complete and you can feel cold metal parts and so on. Whoops, but good start. This is actually really weighted, really nice and weighty, thick plastic, not going to break easily or anything like that, and does feel pretty sturdy, pretty good quality. It's not cheap or anything like that. It's very, very good, which you'd expect from a model that's ultimately going to cost just under £2,000. And of course, you do get a little bit of a glass lens there as well, and this piece here, which is the actual screen that goes inside of this. So, never done a Partworks before, but let's see if I can get this put together. Right, so apparently first what I have to do according to these instructions, I've never done a Partworks before, so I'm going to be living and learning, is to not touch the circuit board for a start, but I have to remove this film screen from this screen, and then I have to take this piece here, which was connected to this piece inside of there, and I have to line up the 3 holes with this, making sure that this piece here is the bottom piece. I apologize if I go off frame for a few seconds because I'm looking. So there we go, just like that. And take that and line it up with the holes inside of this. It says to use tweezers on there. Well, it doesn't say to use tweezers, but it says it's a good idea to use tweezers. I might see if I can get some for the rest of the build, so probably best to do it this way up, isn't it? Got to make sure that those are lined up with that. The top there, as you can see. Don't want to break that ribbon. So this bit's a little bit fiddly. I don't want to do too much moving it around, otherwise it might fall out of place. So I just realized that you might be able to hear the ticking of my clock in the background, which is just giving me a remembrance of how long this vlog is being, because I don't want to bore you guys, but this, of course, might be interesting to you. Oops. So there we go. First step of the Dalek done. Hopefully in 2.5 years, I'll be saying last step of the Dalek done, but here we go. Here we are saying the first step of the Dalek is done. The first ever step. I can't emphasize enough how much of a commitment this is, both in time and in money. Okay, so now we're looking at the lens and putting the lens inside of this section here. I believe it tells me to make sure that it's roughly about in that position, like that. Take the lens and fit it into the aperture. This is the aperture. There is a rim on the inside of the aperture that fits around the edge of the lens. The lens should be positioned with the convex side downwards so that it will face out of the final assembly. We're essentially going to try and drop it into there, as you can see. Does it snap into place? Or yep, it does. I don't want to smudge it, that's all. So I'm just going to press it down. Not nervous at all. I don't want to break anything, that's all. Now what we're doing is we're putting this in with this. So this is the circuit section, this is of course the aperture section, and what we have to do is make sure that this obviously is facing upwards because this is our connection here, and we're going to be putting it in here. We have this going on, so there's little things here which move into those sections. Now if they don't go in, that is because we've not orientated it correctly. As you can see, it is tilting slightly over that way. So let's see if we can figure out why it's doing that. It might be because the lens might not be in correctly. It does look a little bit wonky, but let's just see if I can take this bit of here and just push it out. And then, oops, try and, it is definitely the right way up. And then push it back in. I'm using the cloth, because this little bit of cloth, because it's soft, so I don't get fingerprints all over the inside of the lens. Yeah, I'm absolutely convinced that the lens isn't in the housing properly. Well, then again. Okay, so that won't twist. You can see all the, and again, my thumbs hurt, so it stings, that does. I can't twist it. So perhaps something isn't quite right. That's all sat in there properly. And I do not want to scratch the lens. That is how it's supposed to go in, like that, because there's a little notch there on this little tab that goes in there that stops it from going all the way in, but it is pretty much secure. So I wouldn't expect it to just fall out at any time, but that looks pretty cool. We've got the eye, but no back on. Now we have to take this section and we have to take this nut and we have to check how the nut fits into the eye housing. So we're going to put that in there like that, just to make sure that it actually fits in there. So that's important. It actually gives it quite some weight, that does. But we can't just leave it in there. What we need is a bit of super glue. But this time I did come prepared. Ugh. And pay no attention to that. It's actually annoying me. I do have some super glue. So we're going to use this. And we're just going to adhesive that into there. Some of the super glue that I've put into here and just putting it on the end of this little matchstick thing that I have here. And I'm just going to apply it to the inside of this. Like that. I think, actually, I might be putting too much on when I do this, but just needs a little bit more. There we go. I don't want it to put it down and then it be too loose, but then also not come up, if you know what I mean. So there we go. And then we're going to make sure that I don't stick to anything. And we're just going to drop the nut onto that and apply a little bit of force down onto it. Okay. And then we'll wait 30 seconds, which you don't have to wait for. Okay, so it seems to be stuck in there. It's done its job. Metal to plastic. Pretty decent thick plastic though. Not coming out, so that's good. So now we have to move on to the next part, which is doing a little bit of wire threading, I guess. So what we have to do is take our bit of wiring we got here and open it up. Take this and we're going to plug this into here, making sure that we get it the right way around. So should we just take a closer look at this to make sure it says shapes of these, and then plug that into there. Nope, does it not go that way? So I think that, so we just got to push it in. I believe that's in. So I'm gonna go ahead and then thread this section through. There's no more loose super glue there, is it now? Thread it through here, and then apparently you pull it all the way through until they meet like that. And then I'm assuming fit the eye assembly into the eye housing 1A, so that 3 tabs on the part 1A fit into the 3 slots in 1B. So these 2 pieces. Rotate 1A until they click. Right, so it's all about lining up the sections inside. So I'm guessing, is that it? And then go like that. Okay, good. So that's a pretty decent sized Dalek eye right there. Interesting. So there we go. And that is the, sorry, excuse me, I've been drinking too much coffee. That is the eye completed. So this is the first issue, and you just get the eye. That actually weighs quite a bit, to be fair, with the circuit board in there, the nut, the glass, the plastic section. I think it's glass. I just keep wiping it to make sure it's nice, and because this is going to be a really, really big model. Based on this, it's definitely going to be quite a big, substantial model, because this is just the eye, and it's, you know, the size of my palm. So, and I have pretty big hands. So yeah, this is going to be quite a big model. I've said that 3 times now, but here we are, the first part of a very long and hopefully very rewarding build. Right, and so for issue 2, we're going straight to it. I was going to do this later in the vlog, but I thought, do you know what? Might as well put them together. It's going to be a long section of the vlog, but, you know, the more complex this is, the more of the vlog it will take up. But of course, it's something that I'm doing personally, so it is what it is. The magazine art on there, I love this. You can't really see it properly in the vlog, in the video frame there, but that is a really nice picture of the Dalek, especially with the dripping water there coming off of it because it's in the rain and the electricity that's firing on the floor. It's pretty cool. And each one of these actually comes with a little binder element, because you do get binders with this. I know the first one is free. I'm pretty sure you have to pay for the rest of them, as there are 104 of these, which I cannot wait to just have them all. You know what I mean? I do that because the other one is over there. So yeah, a picture of the Dalek mutant, which is in this eventually. I'm not sure which issue it will come with, but as you can see, we have a bit more to do, and there's more information about the Daleks and Davros in there, and I'm going to read that to myself later on. There is a little bit of crumpling on my issue. I want to make sure that they all stay in pretty good condition, because this is part of the collection. You know, the magazine is part of the collection of having the Daleks, so I want to make sure that they're all nice and neat and in my collection and look good. But yes, this is what we get in today's issue, and it is the majority of the eye stalk, a bit more circuitry there, and those little things that go around the inside of the Dalek's eye stalk. So, let's get started. Okay, so for this one, we have the eye stalk itself, which is actually metal. Very cold die-cast metal that's absolutely substantial. That is really nice. And we have the little antenna pieces, which I've left in there as well, or the eye stalk pieces. A little bit of circuit board, a little black ring, and this, I believe, is a testing box. I believe it is anyway. It's for when, because later on, I think, as you build a Dalek, it all gets wired together. I think. It must do, because it's remote controlled, so I'm guessing that all the remote control systems you have to build yourself, and yeah. Which is going to be good. So, let's get to it then, I suppose. Hopefully this is interesting for you. It is for me. So, it says here to, I think you have to remove this black section, I believe. Yep, this is a separate piece. So we're going to move that and take that off. So we have just this. And it says to put on these antenna pieces. So let's just try and take those out of the box without them flying everywhere. There we go. And the way I understand it, it says take one of the small insulators. These are insulators. Interesting. I suppose I'll learn that as I read the magazine, what each piece is supposed to be in world. Or in universe, sorry. In world is a habit I have of saying. So I'm going to take this, take one of the small insulators, and put it over this until it hits the bottom. Yep, until it hits this section here. We have to use another one of these. Logic, right? So there we go. There's another one there. And then one of the big ones go on there like that. So there we go. Then we put, is it the small one or the big one first? No, it's the big one again. So we put the big one, but this time it's facing towards it rather than away from it. So like that. And then the medium-sized one like that. And then the small one again, just like that. Whoops. Apparently that is an insulator for a Dalek. I have never seen one that big before. On the little action figures I have, yes, but never anything of this scale. So now apparently we are supposed to put on the black section that we took off earlier. And I will then, is there a way to put this on? Is it? Nope. Just goes on like this. Just like that. It says fit the arm sleeve onto the arm, sliding it into place so that it butts up to the insulator as instructed by the arrow on here, which you cannot see. And then it says to put on the little black rubber ring so it presses firmly up against that. So I'm guessing that's just kind of to keep it from moving all over the place. Let's see how easy this is going to be. Huh. Actually, I assumed that was going to be difficult, but no, actually it just has stopped in place. Fascinating. So now it says take the eye cable assembly from issue 1 and thread the cable down the arm. Lost my place. Threading it through the connector. So we take the eye we just made and we thread this all the way down to the end of this. So we're going to just pop that through here, pushing it down and down. Oh my goodness. So now we have to just essentially screw, whoops, getting caught on other pieces here. Make sure this screws onto the end of here. So it shouldn't be too hard if the super glue has worked. Okay. Oops, I've almost undone part of the eye stalk there. There we go. Okay, so if I ever needed to make repairs or needed to look at something, I could easily take this off in different sections to take a look at something if something's not working, which is good. Okay, so now we have that sufficiently poking through the eye stalk. We have to then connect this apparently to this little circuit board here. SX part is there. So let's go ahead and plug that the correct way around into that. Okay, so I'm assuming that this is going to be a circuit board that stays in the Dalek. I'm not sure if this will stay in the Dalek, but we'll see. Okay, so that's in there now, the same as it was in the other one. It says remove the screw holding the battery box, so I have to put batteries in this. Okay, so it took some time to get some batteries. Couldn't find any anywhere, but you know, I thought I had a box of them, but it does have batteries in there now, so that's good. So let's put that there, and let's just attach this. Hopefully this is in the off position. We don't want to get shocked or anything like that. Let's just push this into here, like so. And I believe it should just go in. Interesting, it kind of looks like it's a permanent position there. I'm not sure. There we go. Because now that's locked into place, as you can see there. It's going to be very difficult, there we go, sorry, to get that out. There's a switch on the battery box, of course, so there is. Okay, the eye hasn't done anything yet, because I'm assuming I have to press the circuit board here. So, let's see. First test, will it work? Oh, wow. Wow, that's quite bright. That's really, it's not super bright because it's a screen, but it's just the right amount of brightness. Brilliant. Okay. On the second press, the iris closes, and on the third, the iris opens. The fourth press will turn the eye function off, like a Christmas tree, essentially. When finished, switch off and unplug the cables from the circuit board and remove the batteries from the battery box. Okay, so you do have to remove this. So let's try that out now. There's a bit of an animation on here apparently, so here we go. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so from an angle, like because I was looking at it in real life from above the camera, if we try and get that same angle, it kind of looks like, okay, well, it has to be on first, doesn't it? Go like that. It kind of looks like it's all the way down into the eye because of the convex of the little glass insert there. I think it's glass anyway. That's really, really cool. Very, very good, that is. So the eye has been tested. I have wired it up properly, and it is working. A proper functioning Dalek eye stalk, which is very, very long, and is just an example of how incredibly big this model's going to be. And yes, size is important when it comes to the overall size of the model, but look how the light of the eye is shining on my hand. So, so good. So, so good. Anyway, that is it, I believe. Yes, we've tested it. We have to take all of this out. I'll do that myself. But yes, this is going to be a staple of the vlog going forward. And we're going to see over the next roughly 2.5 years to maybe 2 years of this Dalek coming together. And it's all started with the eye and then the stalk. In the next vlog, we're going to be putting 4 more parts of this together rather than just 2. So it's going to be good. Monthly thing, every vlog, we're going to include a little bit of a lengthy section for the Dalek eye, or the Dalek model, sorry. Moving on. Though there is one more thing, but I thought that this was going to be permanently attached to this, and I did say it was going to be removed, but no, it says you're going to need the battery box, it says somewhere here, for testing other components as we build the Dalek. So this is for all of the components as we test it. So this is going to be put aside and used to test all of the components. So eventually this will be plugged into a different thing in the Dalek. So cool, just thought I'd point that out. I have managed to pick up a butterbeer. I've been rewatching Harry Potter recently, and there is a Harry Potter shop in my local mall which is themed and even in character within the Harry Potter universe. So as you go in there, the staff and everyone act as if, you know, they're in the Harry Potter universe. And so I picked up this butterbeer. It is a non-alcoholic cream soda. I'm not sure if it's fizzy. Might not be. It is imported from the USA. My hands are dirty because I've been driving all day. And it's full of sugar. So that should be interesting. I don't normally have sugary drinks, but it does say that it's, you know, for wizards and unrealized wizards alike. So yeah, I'm going to be eventually trying a butterbeer. Not right now because I need to chill it, but maybe later in the vlog. Okay, I think it might be a bit of a time to have a change in here. Not enough storage space, got figures and everything strewn around. Looks cool though, but it's got a cluttered chic to it. So I think that it's time to change things up a little bit. So let's go ahead and just use the magic that is cinema, or whatever this is, to do that. So let's just go this way, and the whole place will be slightly different. There we go. That's much better. We have a few differences. We've got only these girls on top of here in a moment. We've got this shelf on here, pretty long, a lot to put on there, a lot of space, a lot of real estate on there, which we haven't really used at the moment. Some blue tack on there, but pretty good. It's amazing what a couple of shelves will do. You know, in my old office, old studio even, we'll call it a studio, shelves just weren't present apart from these flimsy things, which are still here. But yeah, pretty good. Nice and sturdy, nice and thick, which is good. This particular shelf, you will see if you go back to the very first episode of this vlog, or this particular version of the vlog, you will see this desk, this particular desk above my old computer, and it's made a reappearance, so that's good. We have nice Lego sets up there. Mos Eisley Cantina kind of looks ominous from this perspective. You can't see into it or anything, which is a shame because it's all fully detailed in there. But still, Millennium Falcon there as well. And my child is crying in the background because she won't go to sleep. It's really late and she won't sleep. But anyway, not to... sorry, my watch is bleeping. Not to dwell on that, but as you can see, we have my poppies. I did recently get another poppy stuffed. A very firm poppy as well. She's quite hard, which I said I wanted, because that way they can stand by themselves. And there she is, still tagged in that outfit, and I also have her in that outfit in the new version as well. Of course, she can stand by herself. This one obviously wasn't stuffed by me or anyone I know really, but it is still in new condition because it's from a collector. And she has a doll stand, as you can see. I was going to see if I can move it out of the way, but there we go. All pretty good. She's still tagged as well, like I said, from a collector. And they are scented. So the smell of this one, it smells like cotton candy, and she's filling this entire room with that aroma. Got a few more there, but I won't dwell on the poppies. So we've got, obviously, this isn't nailed to the wall just yet. Something I need to do. It's on my to-do list. And these shelves have been rearranged slightly. Doctor Who section, sort of anime and Sonic section. More Doctor Who, more Lego, junk. Except for this little bit here, as you can see. There's some dolls there. And a robot boy that's extremely rare. So yeah, that's that section. If we spin around here, of course, we've got an empty shelf with just the girls on it. But down here, we've got a little shelf, which kind of stands on its own, sorry. Because I've got a sore throat, so I'm kind of finding it hard to speak at the moment. But it's for this, my surround speaker. Because we have one there, which will be hidden with collectibles once we put some there. And we have one here, of course. We have one there, one in front of Robot Boy, and one on top of that Chipmunks thing, which really should be under the monitor, but unfortunately it can't go under the monitor, so it has to go on the top. Yeah, the effect's the same though, sort of. But anyway, this is the ongoing appearance of the, what you could call, Munk Hub studio. So I like to vlog when I get new stuff for the studio or for whatever. And Naomi was gracious enough to purchase a Lego set for me because she got one for herself and thought that I might want one. So she went ahead and got me this because I've been a big like Harry Potter nut lately. I've rewatched all the movies and I'm replaying Hogwarts Legacy. So I thought, do you know what? I'll have some Harry Potter Lego. And she got me this. It's a very little set, but it does include Gilderoy Lockhart and Harry, Draco, and Severus. I do not have a Harry in his school uniform, so I thought, do you know what? It'll go great to add him to my collection out of this set. Plus, it would look good, you know, on display somewhere. I can't be the only person who has some cereal in the middle of the day, right? Because cereal obviously means something you serially eat, like every morning you would have cereal, but sometimes it's nice to just have something in the middle of the day, or some what, 9 o'clock at night in my case. So yeah, just original ready break, which is kind of like oatmeal, but I don't know if they have it in the US, because I know a lot of my viewers are from the US, the ones that I have left anyway. So this is like kind of like oatmeal, but it's like much smoother than oatmeal. So yeah, much smoother. Like it's almost like like a really thick liquid. It's that smooth. Okay, so pretty windy day today. As you can see, that tree moving out there pretty epically. And today we have to send our car in for a service. You know the brand new one we got earlier? Yeah, barely done 10,000 miles. Not even done. It's not even done 9,000 miles. I think it's like 8,000 something miles. And we already need to send it in for a service. We noticed after we opened the bonnet or the hood that some of the fluid levels were low, like the coolant. There's Naomi in my other car, going past there. The coolant, the oil level was low, and so on. So we called the engine oil. So we called the actual Citroen garage, because it's a Citroen car. You know, what's the deal? It's a brand new car. It should have been topped up to last at least a year or 3. And they said, oh, we probably made a mistake or something. Bring it in for a service, and we'll do its service a little bit 8,000 miles early. There she is. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to be getting a courtesy car because we need it throughout the day. So we have got the courtesy car. I will show it you at some point later. Though I have finally built the Harry Potter set that I got. It was a pretty decent build. I've never had a Gilderoy Lockhart before, so that's good. Pretty good. Although I did also manage to pick up one of these. These are the sort of taller wave figures of the Simpsons line, the new Simpsons line. So I thought I'm going to start collecting the bigger ones, and I'll start with Lisa because Wave 2 has just been released in the UK, even though Wave 3 is being released in the US. So I thought, do you know what? I'll start with Lisa, and we'll go on from there. Because Lisa's my favourite character in The Simpsons, because she's the most stable, I guess, ish. Okay, so this is the courtesy car that we have. This is the interior of it anyway. And don't worry, we're parked. As you can see, it has a very rudimentary... This is a 24 plate car, which means that it's relatively new. It came out mid last year. So, but it still looks like, you know, it's from like the early 2000s or something. It's still pretty good. Nice, very good build quality in here. We've got different bits of stuff. I don't know if the navigation is set up even. We've got media, fan controls, which oddly enough is on actually a screen, which is weird. Sorry, my speech is a bit slurred. I have a bit of a sore throat. We've got some car stuff. We could stop start, parking sensors. It's got a pretty weird reversing camera. We've got phone as well, but we've not connected it to a phone. It does have Android Auto, but not set that up because there's no point, really. What's interesting with this car, though, is the fact that it has dials. Sorry, I couldn't see because the sun was in my eye there. And we have a fuel gauge at the top, along with temperature gauge there, of course, tachometer and speedometer and how many miles we've got. We haven't got to put a lot of fuel in it because we're not really using it for very long. We've got a very strange mirror control down here. Oops, hit the key. Not used to having a key in there. It's not keyless start, this one, but it's kind of like a dial that goes left and right. Then you move. It's kind of weird in that way. But yeah, it also does have. This is an automatic, but it has a sort of old-fashioned sort of gear lever, so you can change it that way, and a ratcheted handbrake, which is weird. It's not what I'm used to. I'm used to a bit more of a fancier sort of automatic handbrake with a little click. The seats, not very good as my proper car, but you know, they'll do. I've seen better. I've had better. This is kind of weird. It's not actually a door handle. It looks like a piece of rope or something. It's interesting. It's a Citroen C3. So these aren't obviously going to be very common in America, but you know, it's pretty nice though. It drives well, I suppose. But yep, there is the back. As you can see, I've got car seat in there. It does have a rear window washer, which my other car does not. Picasso does, but not this one. And it does also have few extra control things here to control the cruise control and things. Which was weird, 2 stalks. Strange. Anyway, moving on. There we go, doesn't matter about the license plate or whatever. In fact, it never mattered. It's a little dirty from the outside though. I guess they don't wash the courtesy cars. This is how we got it. Wheels are much smaller, the whole car is smaller in fact. But still, just for historical reference. Naomi's going to be driving it back because we're taking it back now to get our proper car. I mean, the front looks kind of similar. Smaller, but similar. Pretty good. It can't be said that I don't already have a collection of Daleks. These, of course, are the figure size Daleks in scale with these guys. But I just have a pretty interesting fascination with them. And as you can see, it just goes on and on and on. It could be bigger. Granted, there's a lot more to the collection that I missed, or a few more to the collection that I missed, but I've got the majority of the Daleks that I personally like, especially this guy with the flame at the back here. A lot of them are the original Daleks. You can tell by the little chest area, which has the sort of dilated pupil there, pretty cool. As you can see, different types of different Daleks from different adventures. This one in particular is transparent. I actually forgot I had this one because I got it just before I moved and I packed it away. And as you can see, it is supposed to be like invisible, like an invisible Dalek, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, we've got all the classic era Daleks, or most of them anyway. All at the back, I've got the Paradigm, got 2 of the Paradigm Daleks, in fact. Not all of them. This guy I like.
Oh, are you okay? Oh, are you okay? Oh, are you okay?
If anyone saw the recent episode of the Monkcast, it's because it was called Reruns, and we thought it would be clever to put together old episodes of the Monkcast from the Munk Media days and see what we could, come up with and make that episode called Reruns. It's in your face. It doesn't lie about what it is. It is absolutely reruns of several episodes of the Monkcast, put together to make a new episode. It works, right? So I thought I'd give this a try. It's a Guinness glass, but I've made my own. It doesn't look green on... It looks green in real life, but it looks brown on camera. That's weird. But it's a mint chocolate chip shake, and it's so thick, the glass straw can stick up through the middle. It's not super thick, it's drinkable, but it's a British pint of chocolate chip milkshake, and it's to die for. Okay, and so with that, it brings us to the end of the vlog. From what you saw this month, we're going to have a bit more of a cohesive style. It's a bit long still. I think this vlog is over about 50 minutes. So if you sat through the entire thing, then I thank you, because we do a lot more on this channel than just the Monkcast, which I guess is what everyone is here for, even though that has not got the audience it used to. I mean, this channel had 30,000+ subscribers and millions of views on the Monkcast. Like, one of them had several million on its own. And so, obviously, sorry, I'm balling my shoulders. Oh, no, I'm not as fat as I look. Obviously, the channel isn't what it used to be. But from what you saw in today's, or this vlog, in this month's vlog, this Dalek is going to be a common feature throughout the entire vlog. So from now until it's finished. And apparently, like I've said multiple times in the vlog already, it's going to take about 2.5 years to 2 years to build this completely. With all the electronics and things that are going to be inside of it. But as you can see, just from the scale of just this eye stalk, it's going to be quite big. If you know what a Dalek looks like, which if you watched the vlog earlier, you definitely know what a Dalek looks like. So yeah, this is going to be a staple of the vlog for the next 2.5 years. Said it again. At least this time it's going to sink in. So yeah, that's all I have to say. And until next time, don't forget to subscribe and like the video and all of that stuff, because this channel's about to get a lot more interesting, I believe. We're not just going to do the Dalek. We're going to be doing other stuff on the channel as well, which is going to be interesting. So until then, that's vlog over.